here's the deal. I have this really awesome car, and people are always asking me, Ben, you have a really nice collector's car. How do you keep it running all these years? Well, I'm tired of telling people time and time again how to maintain their cars, how to keep them running forever and ever. So I'm just going to show one video, and it's going to clarify everything so everyone can have their cars last as long as my car. Now the first thing we're going to do today is check and then change our oil. But before we do that, I want to go over a simple safety procedure we all should be aware of. Always wear safety protection when working on a car. You never know when something might squirt up into your eye. And not only does this give you an added level of safety, it makes you look much cooler, which is always great. You always want to look cool and be as awesome looking as your car. So always wear sunglasses when you're working on a car and even when you're just driving it. So keep that in mind. Now, to check our oil, it's a pretty simple step. First, we're going to have to go find our oil dip, which is right over here. It's usually called a dipstick, and as you can see, we have a little bit of oil here, which is exactly what you want. But just for training purposes, we'll go over what you actually have to do. Now, once you check the oil, you need to wet this rod a bit to make sure your car knows you've checked the oil. So you just dip this lightly into the oil, and then return it back to its original position. After you do that, you want to take the oil and just kind of spread it all around the car. Just spread it all over the oil until everything's covered in a nice thin or black or brown layer, depending on what your oil type is. And then, you just pour it over, and then when it's all gone, yep, it's all gone. Then, what you want to do next is just close it up, toss this aside. It's biodegradable, plastic and oil. They're great for the environment. And then go ahead and close your engine. And now that we're done with that, we can move on to our next step of this car maintenance process. Let's say your radio doesn't work. Now, you could go to some kind of mechanic or electrician to try to fix this problem, but in reality the best way is a tried and true method of beating the radio. Let me demonstrate. Method A does not work at this moment, so we must upgrade to the more violent Method B. This does not work. Continue to alternate until it does. And now we can dance. What if your car has a problem with rust? How do you fix it then? Well, you could go sand it down and have it repainted so it looks all nice. In reality, though, the best way is to use some good old-fashioned duct tape. Ideally, you want a color similar to the color of the car and the rust so that no one will notice what you have done. And now it's as good as new. It won't continue to rust anymore, and no one will notice that you have a multicolored car with duct tape.
So you want to be a player, but your wheels ain't flying. You gotta hit us up to get a pimped out ride.
You got to pimp my ride.
Damn right.